Oh, this is where it gets really, really, really exciting indeed. This is when the things are about to become very, very interesting. Of course, I'm talking about what's happening on a global scale. Of course, I'm talking about the fact how much we're all affected by this. And of course, I'm talking about the fact that lots of people's, views of the world have changed. Things became uncertain, and this is absolutely normal because of all this imbalance that is currently affecting every single one of us. The reason why I started talking about what's happening on a global scale is because it's very important. This is not even about politics anymore. This is about us. This is about our ways of life. This is about people. This is about people's happiness. This is about people's spirituality. This is about, what's going on in people's lives. So therefore, it's affecting every single one of us because we have a devil behind everything. We have a dark, horrible, nasty, cold devil behind all this, operating this and playing with us, playing with people's people's minds, playing with people's lives, playing with people, playing with every single one of us. That's why at the moment, currently, when I look at the world, when I think about the world, when I check the feeling, when I check the vibration, it is actually very uncertain. People are focusing, people are doing what they need to do, but there is always this terrible feeling of uncertainty. Like, what on earth is going on? Literally, what on earth is going on? Okay? We have to be very smart, we have to be very clever, and we have to keep on having our eyes completely open. Stay true to yourself. And do not let the cloud to darken you. There is a cloud that is projected by bad people, by very, very bad people that are actually kind of quite active in this world at the moment as we speak. These people are really bad, and these people are having a very bad agenda, really bad, really negative agenda. You see, the dark devil behind the scene, it's not only one, it's more than one. These dark devils behind the scene are so dangerous, are very dangerous indeed, and they are playing with every single one of us. These are not normal people. These are not normal human. On another hand, on the scene that we see, on the scene that we know, in the world that we see, and in the world that we know, we have got little people who are working with these devils. Now you tell me what's wrong. The little people who are working with the devils and who are intentionally work against normal people, who are intentionally doing things that are bad, who are intentionally doing things that are really negative. These people are not normal people. And that's why I'm saying it's very difficult to say who is worse, the actual devils behind the scene or the normal people, the people who are working with these devils against the normal people. You decide. What I'm going to say to you now, that this week is going to be ridiculously important. I'm getting very, very passionate about this because this has been going on for such a long time. And now, historically, we are about to enter a really, really important moment. This week is going to be important. And this week, historically, is going to be something that we're all going to remember. It is the beginning of a huge, massive unfoldment, huge spiritual awakening. There are lots of normal people that have been clouded. Lots of normal people have been affected. Lots of normal people have gone the wrong direction. Wakey, 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 and just check the right trip, check the right journey. You need to adjust your trip. You need to adjust your journey and see where the devil is and see where the actual God is. See where the devil is, see where the angel is. You need to wake up and open your eyes and smell the coffee. Now, what is really important is that we are going to have an absolutely huge, massive, probably one of the biggest unfoldment in history, which is going to happen this week. This unfoldment is going to be so important because at the same time it is going to give us blessings. It is going to give us so much radiance. It is going to give us so much power. It is going to give us so much to look forward to. It is going to make us creative. I'm saying it is going to make us creative because, believe me or not, the situation that's been happening currently around the world, it's been affecting every single one of us. If you realize this or not, I'm telling you, it's been affecting you. It's been affecting us to the point where we are subconsciously blocked to do certain things, and we just kind of block ourselves because of this, because subconsciously we are uncertain, and this is exactly what they want. This is exactly what their plan is. People need to get together. This is going to be our wake-up call. This is going to be our wake-up call. Do not forget our little social networks. Do not forget Facebook, and do not forget a little bluebird. Bluebird is more dangerous than a gun itself. The bluebird is being lying to people. The bluebird social network is absolutely the most dangerous thing on this planet. Open your eyes. It is full of lies. It is full of negativity. It is full of bad things. It is full of trolls that don't even exist. Okay, full of trolls who are creating the fake reality, and fake reality. This is what the bluebird is all about. The people need their own social network. The people need their own social network where they're not going to be biased. They're not going to be lies. People have had enough. Okay, this is why this is so important. The reason why I'm so upset and the reason why I'm so shouting is because I'm just like that, but I get really upset. Okay, and I get really passionate, especially about something that I know it's really bad. And this is what the bluebird is. It's worse and it's more dangerous than a gun. It's full of lies. So when it comes to the social networks, it's very important for people to have their own social networks. Not even one social network is okay for normal people. Every single social network is basically like a gun. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you something really important. This week, okay, and this week I'm talking about the week in between from the 3rd until the 9th of June, okay, it's going to be huge when it comes to the certain unfoldment from the certain part of the world. I'm keep on telling you, one particular part of the world is so important because the whole world is depending on it. You know what am I talking about? You know exactly what am I talking about. That particular part of the world has got this person, this very, very powerful man, an older man who is ridiculously powerful, who is responsible for this. This man has been working behind the scene a lot has been like kind of dealt with in a secret, and this is just to protect me, this is to protect you, this is to protect all the normal people. Now we are about to find out what this unfoldment is, and this is so important because this most certainly it is going to be the time of the actual transition and change, the biggest change that we are going to start going through, because people are just going to have the actual readjustment. People will have readjustment, regeneration and rebirth through this week. After this week, by the time this week comes to an end, there are lots of people going to be able to understand what exactly has been happening so far. Okay, I'm just saying this is so important because, as I said, you know, it is a wake-up call, and on another hand, this is just going to give to lots of people a new promise, because lots of people are kind of like they weren't too sure what to do. They needed a little bit of grounding, they needed a little bit of direction and things like that. So that's why I'm just saying this is just an important week. Please do have your eyes open, and please just keep on following your own source of information, because all the informations that is out there, it's all like kind of fake at the moment. So you really have to like kind of open your eyes. The media, TV and everything is just like kind of owned by these terrible people. You know, if you didn't notice by now, please try to notice, because this is exactly what is going on. You need to make up your own mind. You need to find your own source of information and follow it through, because it's just so important, not only like to kind of like just find your own source of light, but it's just going to make sense, and it's just going to give you the right balance, and it's going to give you the beautiful new sense of direction. As I said, this is just an important time. Oh my Lord Jesus Christ, this is such an important time in history. It's ridiculous. Please stay true to yourself. You need to stay true to yourself. Look how much nonsense is going on out there. Like, oh no, I said this in my previous video, I know, but look how much nonsense is going on out there. Oh no, you are different, I'm different, she's different, he's different. You know, it's just all crap. crazy. It's all crazy. We are all the same. But what these people want is, just remember, it's about divide. This is the devil. The devil wants to divide and rule. Divide and rule. Divide and rule. We must not stay divided, okay? We must not fight. We stay together. We understand everything. We know everything, and don't let these demons to win. The most important thing is to not to let demons to win. Demons, okay? Do not let these demons. You see this D, this letter D. It's like, oh wow, this letter D comes quite a lot, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Good. Okay, so this is exactly what I was going to say. Be very, very careful, be very vigilant. And also what else I was going to say, it is going to become even more than evident that the enemies have been placed within the people. The enemies have been placed within the governments. And these enemies that have been placed within the governments around the world, they don't work for me. They don't work for you. They don't work for normal people. They work for devil. They work for devils. And these people are going to become evident this week, and that is going to become a huge unfoldment, a massive starting point, okay? Not necessarily for me or you or people who are completely awake, but there are lots of other people that are going to start being awakened. Like, what is going on? What is going on? The enemy has been placed within the people who don't care about the people, who don't want the people, who want to destroy everything. This is their job. And on the normal people, it's your job to find out and to stop them, to not to destroy everything. And that's why I'm saying this is just so important. Time to wake up, time to wake up, time to wake up, and most certainly this week these things are going to change, and this is where the unfoldment is going to start, because these people, these demons, baby little demons who have been placed within the governments around the world, they are going to become even more evident, okay? But especially when it comes to this particular part of the world that I said, that I'm keep on repeating and saying, it all depends on it. This particular part of the world is going to save the rest of the world. Yes, it's going to save the rest of the world. That's why I'm focusing on this particular part of the world. So these devils in the particular part of the world are going to be exposed even more this week, and that they have already been exposed, because people know, people who are in the rabbit hole, people who are like, you know, people who are basically people who fell in the rabbit hole already knows already about these people, okay? I'm saying that it's even more going to become evident, even more it's going to become exposed, and that it's going to become the new power for people, the new will for people, the new strength for people, the new energy for people, the new wake up call for people, okay? This is going to be so strong and so powerful, because something is going to change. Oh my God, something is going to change. It was so close, it was very scary, it could have gone the wrong way very, very easily, but thank you God, thank you Jesus, the things are about to start changing. And believe me or not, it's going to be down to that particular person who's been demonized, who's been like shouted at, who's been written about so many horrible things. Just wake up, wake up, wake up. Those who hate this particular male person from this part of the world are going to start changing a little bit. If you love people, if you love life, if you love, if you love happiness, if you love freedom and things like that, you are going to love this person. So that's why I'm saying this is going to be huge. This is going to be massive. This is going to be absolutely amazing. The new promise, and also the new energy, grounding, activation, and the reason for a beautiful celebration is going to become evident this week. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so watch this space, okay? My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 3rd of June until the 9th of June 2019. So it's from the 3rd of June until the 9th of June 2019, and I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries. Now, Aries, my beautiful Aries, you know, this week is going to be start like a little bit different. You're going to start feeling very busy, like from the very first day of the week indeed, but that in itself is just going to kind of make you, it's going to kind of put you in a like a really busy mood. You're going to find yourself like wanting to deal with problems, wanting to deal with a certain task, which is absolutely brilliant. It is a lot going to come and a lot going to happen from you feeling very energetic, because if you feel energetic, when you feel energetic, it does have a really beautiful effect and impact on everything else that you do, because it puts you in a really beautiful and optimistic state of mind, and I really like that about you. But what is actually going to happen, you're going to find yourself being quite busy, really busy, and there is going to be the moment when you're going to feel like, oh my god, a little tiny bit of pressure that you're going to feel, because you're just going to find, oh my god, you will not be able to understand why you feel like this, you will not be able to tell why you feel like this, you will not be able to explain why you feel like this. And this is just because we're entering this certain part of the week, certain part of the year, where you're actually going to get all these feelings like kind of mixed up, and it's going to give you a little bit of pressure. But you know what, it's absolutely brilliant, because subconsciously your spirit guides are actually going to guide you towards a certain problem, and that certain problem that you're going to be guided towards is just going to give you the answer to the some kind of issue that has been blocking you to move on. This is so good, and you're going to feel like you want to do something very special for yourself. You're going to feel like you want to do something like a little bit like a little bit extra in order to meet the certain goal, which is absolutely fine. But the bottom line is that it's just going to be the realization. It is just going to have to be a little readjustment in you moving on. Okay, so there's going to be this continuous of a certain effort, but that in itself is just going to be so good. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and you will know it's the right thing to do. But you will not know that this is the right thing to do until you come across this problem. Okay, until you come across this issue. And this is something that's been in your life for a while, but especially in the last 10 months, it is just basically more like to come to terms with something so you can kind of move on. On another hand, you know, I absolutely love it, because this week you are going to have a really beautiful control over the situation, and strength and power. And I like it because it's just like basically going to be all about a certain accomplishment, because it's going to become evident to you, like your life is going to come to the certain point. Your life is about to come to the certain stage this week, and that in itself is just going to give you new energy, new confidence, and it's absolutely brilliant, because it's all about a certain accomplishment. And you know, there is a little element of surprise, and I like it, because which means you're going to receive like really interesting news, and also at the same time someone is going to present you with an option, and this is going to be like a very delicious option for you indeed, because it's just going to give you a really beautiful, a gorgeous energy and balance. And that energy and balance that you will have is just going to make you feel very optimistic, and it's going to make you feel very adventurous. And also you're going to come to terms with like dealing with a certain issue also when it comes to the certain person that used to be the part of your life, and something very mysterious is going to kind of start become evident about this person. And that in itself is also going to give you something to think about. On one hand, you're going to be a little bit surprised, and on another hand, you're going to learn something very, very interesting. Let me just tell you something as well. My God, so much happening this week, my gorgeous Aries. You're actually going to have a really beautiful honor when it comes to the certain person. Really beautiful honor is going to come from a certain leader. So when it comes to your work, for those of you that are working, for those of you that are having careers, like it is going to be a certain leader that is going to come towards you, and it's going to praise you up, and this is absolutely brilliant, and you're going to like it. You're going to feel on top of the world. For those of you that are actually self-employed, there is going to be a very important client that you are going to have, and after that moment everything is going to change, because this is going to be very, very positive for you, because you're going to end up with a really beautiful option, not only realization and achievement, but an option that you are going to have later on. You're not going to be able to use this option straight away, but later on you will know that with the necessary experience, your life it's about to change. You beautiful little rose, you're about to flower. This is so good. And also for those of you, you see, that are looking for work, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, for those of you that are looking for work, please keep on applying as much as you can this week, because there is gonna be something very special that is gonna come towards you. There is an option that is going to unfold, and you're gonna feel a great honor. You're not gonna be able to, you're not gonna be able to believe that you actually had something like this offered to you. Most certainly this is going to be step up. Most certainly this is going to be step in the right direction. Absolutely fantastic indeed. For those of you that are retired, it is just basically going to be also an honor. You are going to have a great honor, great achievement. Absolutely fantastic, because most certainly there is going to be a new direction that is going to be also like kind of new direction is going to be revealed for you as well. And that new direction that is going to be revealed to you, it's going to be all due to your hard work. It's going to be all due to the actual hard work. It's going to be due to what you've done so far, and it's going to surprise you. There's going to be an element of surprise. It's going to be quite nice. What else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually thinking about the health, you see, I want to tell you that this is going to be an important day, important week to actually ground yourself and to do a little bit of yoga, to do a little bit of meditation and things like that. But most importantly, this is going to be the week to ground yourself. So go outside and put your hands on the actual ground and just like kind of relax yourself, relax your body, relax your mind, imagine like a beautiful white light going around you, going around one arm, second arm, going around every single finger, going into the ground, like into the roots, absolutely brilliant. Just imagine this while you're relaxed. You can do this within 5 minutes, and you're like grounding yourself in this way. And by the time you finish, like imagining just like a tree roots from every single every single finger going into the ground, this is when you finish. And as you're imagining, like, the tree roots coming from your fingers going into the ground, this is the time you are rejuvenating yourself, and this is a really big moment for you. You can do this within like about a few minutes, but it's going to give you the world of good. It's going to help you so much. It's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, to ground yourself, and most importantly, this is going to be followed by a very interesting and important idea that is going to come towards you, sent to you by your spirit guides. So just watch this space, and this actually message that you're going to have sent by your spirit guides is going to happen. It's going to come to you towards the end, before the end of this week. Okay, and also very important for you to take a strong dose of vitamin C, from 800 to 1000 milligrams of vitamin C, if you can take on daily basis every single morning. Very important. And make sure that this vitamin C is like a natural, without any nasty ingredients, without any chemicals. It needs to be natural. This is so important because it's going to help you with like a little bit of like a flu symptoms. The only thing that I'm seeing, like a little bit of flu symptoms, so it's going to be like a little bit of headache, not necessarily, but I can see like a slightly like a negative energy around your head. It's like a cold and flu symptoms, you see. So that's why I'm saying it's so important to take a strong dose of vitamin C, because it does help tremendously. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or with your GP whether this can interact with your medications or not. Okay, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just like your partner is going to surprise you in a really good way, because something to do with their life is not going to kind of turn towards the direction that they wanted, and they will kind of find themselves like a bit feeling a little bit restrained, and that restraining feeling is going to make them to make a really interesting decision. And the decision that they will make, the idea that they're going to come up to you, is going to surprise you, but you're going to like it, you see, and you will not be able to tell why you like it, but just go for it, because there is going to be a very important beginning that is going to happen to both of you this week. Okay, so for those of you that are single, ooh la la, there is going to be the certain success that you are going to have this week as well. The success that you are going to have, it's going to be followed by a little bit of negotiation. At around the time you are having a negotiation with somebody, there is going to be some really, really nice, radiant and gorgeous looking person that is just going to start becoming the part of the scenario. In fact, there are going to be two of them. You're being naughty, Aries, this week. No, in fact, there are going to be two of them, and both of them are going to be interesting, but one of them is just going to be really, really special, okay? And that particular special person, it's going to come through later on. When I say later on, I'm talking about weeks. I'm not talking about months. I'm not talking about years. But this is going to be the beginning of something very important at around the time when you have a very important negotiation. There are going to be a couple of people that are going to be very interesting, and one in particular is going to be the right person for you, who's going to play an important role in your life. However, this is somebody who's going to have a direct impact on your life, and you're going to like it indeed. Okay, the second sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, you are going to have a really interesting advice from somebody, beautiful advice from a beautiful person. And that advice that you are going to have, it's also going to be very important when it comes to you, very important when it comes to making a very significant decision that is not only going to be kind of important to you and significant to you, but it's also going to be important to many, many, many years later. In fact, you're going to make some kind of wise decision, ridiculously wise decision this week, and that decision is just going to be going very, very long time. It is very difficult for me to explain what this exactly is going to be, but you will see. It's all about you being so clever. It's all about you being wise. It's all about you not rushing into decisions. It's all about you doing the right things, and it's all about you doing the right balance. Sometimes, things take long to happen, to unfold, and this week it is going to be an unfoldment of the project and the things that you started focusing on and doing, and you knew it's going to take a long time, a little bit of some kind of conflicting influence, but most certainly this week it's going to be certainly the week when things are going to start changing. Very, very good indeed. But let me tell you that the whole new option is going to become available here, but also be careful, because at the same time there is going to be a little naughty person here, and I don't like this person, somebody who's not very honest, somebody who's not really nice, and somebody who's very uncertain, somebody who hasn't got the right balance, and somebody who's like not being a really nice person is going to become the part of the scenario. Be very careful, because this is a person who is going to be like either around you at your work, or it's going to, if you're self-employed, it's going to be some kind of client that you need to a little bit watch for. And also if you're like a retired, like for example, this is going to be or if you're retired, or if you're not working, just be careful to kind of keep certain things, keep everything to yourself, especially when it comes to finances. Do not open your do not open your mouth when it comes to the actual finances, financial situation, or anything that's private this week. So this is the way you actually protect yourself, or you just put a couple of bags of salt in each pocket, or basically you wear like a nice little black tourmaline or black onyx, in your pocket. This is going to help you quite a lot to protect yourself, because also at the end of the day, I can also see like there is going to be a little bit of like a conflict that is going to become evident with somebody else. So just be a little bit careful and try to like rise above it. So now you can expect this, so now you can step away from the situation, and do not go low. Don't get this vibration, don't get this energy, don't go this low, because it's just like basically there is absolutely no point. And in order for your spiritual journey to evolve, you just kind of like start seeing things from a slightly different angle, because from this little conflict that I'm seeing, you're actually going to have an absolutely amazing realization, and that realization is going to help you a lot to realize a certain creativity, certain new beginning, and start of something very, very special. Exactly, it wouldn't happen if this wouldn't happen. And also on another hand, this is going to be your power, this is going to be your worldly power, and most certainly the time of activation and celebration. You're going to have a really beautiful time to celebrate also, because there is a person that is going to come through, person is going to come forward who means to you so much, and they will kind of pay you a visit. And this is going to be an important time for you, like a family member, an important friend. The bottom line is an important reconnection. It's going to have a really beautiful impact on you. What else I was going to say is just like basically this is going to be the week of testing. So you need to be as creative as possible, and you need to be as responsible as possible. This is what I want to say to you. This is what I want you to know. On another hand, this is all about the hermit mode. You have got a little bit of a hermit mode here, and this is so important, which means that especially on the 11th of, especially on the 7th of June. 7th of June is going to be very important when it comes to you, my gorgeous Taurus, because 7th of June is going to be the time when you're going to have your hermit moment. And this hermit moment that you are going to have on the 7th of June could last only like about 1 day, or it could last like about a few hours. It could even last 1 hour. Just remember, when we have a hermit moment, hermit mode. It's important because your spirit guides are trying to get in touch with you. They're kind of calling you to come forward, and the spirit world, that the actual wall in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. So that's why you're kind of like feeling a little bit like, oh God, I need to spend the 5 minutes on my own. But on another hand, your subconscious mind is going to try to let you know, and you are going to have a very special message. On the 7th of June, you are going to have a very special message, and the special message that you are going to have, special message that you are going to receive, special message that is going to manifest, it's going to come to you in many, many ways. And it's going to come to you in a form of a word. It's going to come to you in a form of a sentence. But the bottom line is that you will know what to do. The whole new option, the whole new beginning, the whole new creativity, the whole new power, the whole new dimension, it's going to start after this moment, after this point, okay? You will know and understand that you're going to need to have a certain adjustment, a little bit of deep concentration, but this is just the beginning, and it's so good because it's most certainly towards your own success and gain. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity is going to present itself to you at around the end of this week. When it comes to the actual health, I need you to make sure that you're drinking lots of water, because I can see that it will be very important time for you to have a detox. Detox, very important. I can see a little bit of negativity. Just drink as much water as you can, but also get like a milk thistle. Milk thistle herb is one of the best herbs that you can actually take or get for like the actual detox, especially when it comes to your liver. So important, because the liver has got a bit more negativity than anything else like this week. So that's why I'm saying just try to get like a milk thistle in a capsule form, or you can get it like in a little tincture form. And if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, check with your doctor or your GP whether you can take this or not. These are natural herbs, but you need to check. Okay, so milk thistle you take for like about 6 weeks on, then you take a little break, then you take it again, but you take it for 6 weeks, couple of weeks breaks, you take it for 6 weeks again, then you have a long break. You don't take this all the time. You just take it when you need it, and take it every now and then, and do you the world of good when it comes to detox and flush out the toxins of your body, from your body. Now basically, when it comes to those of you Tauruses, my gorgeous Tauruses that are actually in relationship, your partner is going to be going through a very important stage, but especially when it comes to their own reflection, and especially when it comes to their own realization, and especially when it comes to their own second stage of their journey. There is some kind of study going to become evident. So whatever your partner comes up with is going to be amazing this week. Whatever idea your partner has this week, please try to kind of see what this is and where your partner is coming from, because there is something also very important going to be revealed, not only about your partner, not only about your partner's skills, but also about the next stage of your journey, next stage of your spiritual journey, especially when it comes to you and your partner. And this is going to be big, and this is going to be huge. When it comes to those of you that are single, here we go again. Single and ready to mingle, but not that ready to mingle yet, because you're going to also have a very important karmic moment this week. You're going to be presented with a chance again to forget about the person that you shouldn't be thinking about. Maybe you had a one-night stand with this person. Maybe nothing ever happened. Maybe you just had like a little kissy-kissy. Or maybe you just looked at this person and then they looked at you back. Maybe you just started talking. Or maybe you just looked at them and they never looked at you back. But the bottom line is that very, very spiritually, this is going to be the part of your mind, and it's going to be very important here. And it's going to be very important for you to realize who this is, because you need to forget about this person. It is not about so much, oh yeah, finding a love of my life or something like that. No, spiritually, this is going to be a great time. You're going to meet lots of people, and this is going to be very important. But what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to really forget this person. This is all what this week is about. This week is going to go quick like this, but that particular person here, it's actually going to be really become a very important part of your reality, because it's also going to be a very important part of your spiritual journey, because something is going to change here. Not only you're going to start finding yourself like being attracted to slightly different people, but it's also going to be the beginning of something very, very special. So you need to realize, who do you need to forget? and forgive here as well, and forget completely, and then you can just allow someone very special to walk into your life. I'm saying this is really important because it's not even going to be that long when someone very, very special is about to walk into your life. That's why I'm saying this is so important for you to actually get right. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Gemini, my gorgeous Gemini. Basically, it is all about you receiving your reward. This is the week of reward indeed. It's because of your own recognition. You're going to feel very cocky, but that's good. You're going to feel very good, but that's brilliant. You're going to feel very sexy, but that's also brilliant. You're going to have the radiance around you. It is all going to be absolutely perfect balance. And you know why? Because now you're going to realize something huge. Now you're going to realize something massive. You are in for a huge change. Huge change. Big change, massive change, life-changing change, and it's all down to your own hard work, and that is all about you, all about what you have done, all about what you have achieved. It's all about the recognition, your own honor, and the ultimate change. This is all about your own capability and from your hard work, success, and it's just like lots of people are going to admire you. You know, you're going to complete a very important circle here. It's not only about, oh yeah, they like my work, he liked my work, she likes my work, you know, I'm so proud of myself, but it's a very important cycle that you're going to actually achieve here. Very important cycle is coming to a completion, and the new cycle is about to start unfolding. The new cycle is going to start unfolding for you, my gorgeous Gemini, right at the end of that particular week. What is also going to become evident, certain journey is going to become at the same time quite sacred journey because the beautiful secret is about to be revealed. The secret that's about to be revealed is going to absolutely blow you away. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to blow you away because you're not going to believe it, but it's most certainly going to become very, very mysterious and very interesting indeed. What else I was going to say is just that basically there is a question that you're going to be asked, and you will feel subconsciously you like this question, you like this. It's going to be either yes or either no. Should you be adventurous or not adventurous? Be adventurous, and you will see exactly what is going to happen. Okay, on another hand, you know, it is just basically this is going to be week like where your relationships are going to be important, your relationships are going to be very significant, and also at the same time some kind of person is going to about to return into your life. This is a very special person who's meant to be part of your life, who's meant to be part of your journey, and I'm so happy for you. On another hand, it's all about the passion. It's all about you rediscovering yourself. It is not all about you picking up your fruit of your labor, and it's not all about you getting all the success and things like that, but I can see that socially this is going to be fantastic because this is all about you being cocky in a good way by rediscovering yourself, rediscovering your happiness, you know, like going out and socializing with people a lot, having harmony with people. It's absolutely brilliant. But a certain special person, special relationship is going to play a really, really big role here in you feeling a little bit indecisive, because the person who means to you so much will tell you something, and that is going to get you thinking, that is going to make you understand something, and that is also going to make you realize and understand a certain part of your life and certain part of your journey that you didn't understand. This is why it's good and important to surround ourselves with people who understand us and people who really love us, because they will tell us things that no one else will. And this is exactly the situation that is going to happen here, and that situation is going to make you feel indecisive, but most certainly this indecisiveness is going to be something that is just going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. Gemini, you're very amazing, you're very powerful, you're very strong individuals. Now this week is going to bring something that is not only going to open your eyes and give you so much optimism, and it's just going to become like an adventure and the beginning of something really big and really new, but it's just going to bring you a huge life-changing vision. you are going to have a life-changing psychic vision this week. And that life-changing vision is just going to make you creative and make you energetic and make you optimistic. And that optimism and energy will immediately let you know that you're on the right track and you're on the right journey. And it is just going to confirm that particular vision that you're going to have. This is fantastic. Certain person that is a part of your life, it's also going to have a major turning point this week. You will benefit from it, and everybody else around you is going to benefit from it as well. And that in itself is going to be also a new starting point. What else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually wondering about health, now basically you're just going to need to drink lots of green tea. Lots of green tea is going to be so important because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins in your system. Okay, and this is so green tea, it is just going to help you to rejuvenate yourself. It is going to help you with your own detox. I really highly suggest you to drink a green tea throughout this week, every single week. Green tea is so powerful and it's so good for you. It's going to help you to flush out the toxins, and just have it without sugar, please. Just with a little bit of honey if you wish. If you don't want to have a honey, maybe you're vegan, or if you don't want to have a honey for whichever reason, then you can just have like a green tea, even better, just with a little bit of lemon. Just lemon and green tea, organic and waxed lemon. Okay, organic and waxed lemon, because you don't want lemon to be waxed. And the green tea, if you can have it organic, and this is going to do you the world of good, and it's going to help you so much. Okay, what else I was going to say, and exercise is going to be really important for you this week. A little bit of running, like an exercise, if you can do this while you're having the reconnection with the nature at the same time, would be absolutely perfect for your balance. And also sensitive lips. Now the sensitive lips basically is just if you can make sure that you're having like a natural lip balm or something without nasty chemicals or something like that, because that's even worse. So just make sure that you're having something nice, natural and organic to put on your lips. Okay, so now basically for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just all going to be about you being very proud. You're going to have a moment where you're going to feel very proud about your partner. Your partner is going to do something, your partner is going to go through something, you're going to feel really proud. That is going to be the direct answer to something that you were thinking about, something that you were wondering about not that long ago, and that in itself is just going to be the new starting point. This is a great time. Something very special is going to happen in between you two this week. When it comes to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, I don't think that this is a great time, great week to meet somebody very special, somebody really new. When it comes to those of you that are single, I can tell you that this is going to be an important week when you're socializing with people, you're rediscovering yourself indeed. But there is just going to be like somebody that you are going to find yourself around this week. And I don't like this person because it's just like a really good looking person, really sexy person, really radiant person, really powerful person, but very dominant, but very conflicting, but dominant in a bad way, and somebody who wouldn't be really good for you. And you will be able to feel this, you will be able to sense this, you will be able to feel this heaviness or at around this person when you meet them. And that in itself has got a message for you, because there's a very special message waiting for you that you are going to have, that you are going to realize through this situation. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be gorgeous Cancerians, gorgeous Cancerians, gorgeous Cancerians. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, my gorgeous Cancerian. This is not going to be the great week to actually start or to make new projects, okay? This is most certainly not going to be the best week to kind of negotiate with people or like to buy something massive or buy something huge, okay? Great week for thinking, great week for focusing, great week for planning, great week for meditating, great week for the reconnection with the people. And this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be connecting and reconnecting with the people, but especially with the people in the family, with your friends, and with people who mean to you so much. That's absolutely brilliant, and this is what you're going to be focusing on. But when it comes to the actual negotiations or things like that, this week is a great for planning, but try to do everything week after that, because you're going to have a little bit of difficulties, like a launching new projects and big things like this. And this is just purely because you are entering this part of the certain dimension that is going to last only for 8 days. And that's why I'm saying that, so that just kind of avoid it. It's really the best to work with the energy, to work with the flow, so we can get and achieve the maximum effect. You know, I'm not saying that it would be really bad, but I'm just saying that it would not be the great time, or it would not be the best time. Okay, on another hand, what else I was going to say, you see, you will be presented with a really interesting task this week. And the task that you're going to be presented by, it's going to kind of surprise you. It's going to blow you away. It's going to make you think about your life in a slightly different way, and it's also going to make you realize something really important about your loved ones and something really important about your life, and it's going to make you realize something really important about the massive change that you will want to do, you will want to make. You will feel very drawn towards, and you haven't felt it before. This is so important, and it is going to be a really good decision and mature decision that you will make. You will indeed make a ridiculously important decision, and that is just going to be so good, and it's also going to be directly connected to the big change. When it comes to your home, there is a big change that is just going to become evident. You will want to make a big change because you are reaching to the certain point, and you're going to realize, you know what, this is great, but I'm not too sure if this is what I want. I'm not too sure that this is the complete direction. I'm not saying that you're going to change your whole direction, but you're just going to slowly realize, oh, gone. I'm not too sure if this is exactly how I want my life to be every single time, or every single day, every single month, every single year. You see, so this is going to be the great beginning and the great start, because that in itself is just going to awake something very important in you, something very powerful in you, and it's just going to get all your senses going. It's going to make you feel really optimistic, and without you realizing, you will be reaching all sorts of the dimensions, but at the same time it is just going to give it a whole new determination. And the determination that you're going to have, it's also going to affect your third psychic eye, your intuition, and you're just going to need to kind of pay attention to what is just kind of be keeping on your mind. What is on your mind this week, what you feel drawn towards to, and what you want to do next, and what is like kind of appearing in your life just out of the blue that you feel suddenly connected to. You need to watch this space. You need to pay attention. You need to follow your own journey, because by following your own journey, this is exactly what is going to have a direct impact on the good news that you're going to have, and it's all going to be connected to your own advancement. This is going to lead towards the new direction, and most certainly towards the new advancement, and that in itself is just going to make you realize that you have done something really big, and you have been doing something really great, and the results of your efforts are due, and they're going to be ever bigger and better than what could you have possibly imagined. Absolutely brilliant. When it comes to those of you that are actually wondering about the health, you see, I can see that you're going to have a sensitive eyes this week. Sensitive eyes, like a little bit painful. Try to like maybe not use computer as much as you can, and if you're using computer, if you're using smartphones, like every one of us, we are all like using smartphones too much. That's exactly what I want us to do. It's terrible, but we are using our smartphones too much. So you can maybe get like a little glasses. You don't need to wear glasses, but there are those special glasses that you can get that are not for the eyesight, but they're to block like the blue light, I think it's called, that's quite harmful, that comes from the computer, and it comes from the smartphones and things like that. So you can get those special glasses like to block this like UV light or blue light or whatever it is. It's just so important, and especially for those of you who have a sensitive eyes, this is something that I would highly recommend. And also like try to get like something like a beta carotene, like a capsules, tablets, or if you can get like a carrot juice, an organic carrot juice, or if you get like a beta carotene, just make sure that they're completely natural without any nasty ingredients, chemicals or anything like that. And if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, please check with your doctor or check with your GP whether you can take this or not. On another hand, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are in relationship, you see, it's like your partner, it's actually going to need a little bit of extra love. Your partner is going to need a little bit of extra care, because your partner is emotionally going to be dealing with something very difficult. Whether your partner is going to say this to you or not, I think this is a very difficult to say, but your partner is just going to be keeping a lot to themselves. They will be very deep, they will be very spiritual, and they will need a little bit of your emotional help. They will need a little bit of your energy. They will need a little bit of your power. So if you can buy something here for your partner, if you can get something for your partner, so if you can surprise your partner with something, it would be absolutely brilliant. It would be great just to break this energy through and make them feel much better. But I think it's just something very emotional. It's going to be quite difficult for your partner to understand here. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, now basically it is just going to be a certain, that you will find yourself, it's going to be a strange week. You will find yourself being a part of the group, part of the people that you wouldn't normally find yourself being a part of, but at the same time you will be very busy, and at the same time you'll be focusing on a very important stage of your life when it comes to counting, finances and things like that, thinking. And around the same time there will be scattered a few people around you. There is someone very special that is going to start manifesting around you. You will be too busy to notice them this week, but most importantly they will notice you, and this is most certainly going to be the beginning of something very important, because it's not going to be that long until this person returns into your life again, and it's going to happen within the next 8 weeks. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be Leo. Now, I was looking at these cards before and I was like, oh my goodness, Leos, it is just this is the time of not only readjustment, adjustment, massive realization, huge realization that you will have, and the realization that you will have is just going to be connected to the family member. It's going to be connected to somebody who knows you for a really long time, but it's like a family member, somebody who was somebody who's very much so close to you, somebody who talks to you quite often, and somebody who was in touch with you not that long ago. There is a certain realization that you will have from them, and it's almost going to be it's almost like your own wake-up call. It's almost like your own wake-up time. It's almost like your own realization that is at the same time going to be your own, as I said, wake-up call, but it's just going to become at the same time your power, because it's going to affect you, it's going to affect your balance, and it's just going to put a big smile on your face, because it is almost like you needed a little bit of vavavoom, almost as if you needed a little bit of that push, almost as if you needed a little bit of that direction from somebody, through somebody who you trust and who you love and who loves you back, and who can actually give you the brightest blessings through their own advice, that you realize the most important part of your life is about to happen. And this is exactly where this is coming from. It's all about the patience. You will know that there's a very big thing about to happen in your life, very big change, very big unfoldment. My Lord. But you will know it's all about the patience and harmony. Okay, and also you will realize that there is a very important adjustment that is going to become necessary. The changes that you were thinking about not that long ago that you want to make when it comes to your life, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your focus, when it comes to your learning, when it comes to your studies, the changes that you wanted to make, now they will become very hugely, massively evident. My Lord Jesus Christ, this is going to become absolutely huge, and it's just going to become even more evident in certain stage of your life that it was kind of clouded and you weren't too sure. Oh gosh, sorry, I've just seen some little animal, it doesn't matter. Okay, sorry, there's my window, I don't mean to be rude. Sorry. Anyway, so basically it is just like a little rabbit that I have just seen jumping out, which means that the rabbit represents fast. Rabbit is an omen. It's a very powerful omen. It's a very powerful sign, and it was a beautiful rabbit. It was a huge rabbit, and it was just out of the blue that I've just seen it while I'm talking about you. So what does that mean? That it's like an omen, quick, fast, beautiful. So this is going to be a quick change. This change is going to be much quicker. This change is going to be much faster. This change is going to be very significant. But the bottom line is it is going to be much sooner and much faster than what you think. And this is what rabbit means. This is what rabbit represents. And this is why I saw this omen for you guys, to tell you that this is going to be the change, and it's going to happen much sooner than what you think. How you think now and how you plan now. No, you can be wise and everything, but the bottom line is it's going to happen much sooner, it's going to happen much quicker, and it's going to be a really big jump indeed. It is all about good influence, and it's all about successful combination and listening to the actual advice from the right person. This is all about your own success, and this is all about your new direction, and this is all about your rebirth, which is just going to make you realize not only you are able to do this, but you are having a huge advantage. Don't put yourself down, don't bring yourself down. You got a massive advantage, and it's all about your own abundance. And on another hand, it is the victory. You're going to hear a great news, you're going to hear a massive news, and that news is going to have a direct impact on your finances, on your earnings, and this is going to make you feel very victorious, and it's going to make you realize that you're very powerful and you're very stable. And you know what, something that you've been dreaming of for a really long time is just going to become evident that it's about to happen to you. This is so good, my Lord. Also, on another hand, what else I was going to say is just going to be like a certain judgment is going to become evident, and that judgment that is going to become evident this week is going to be decided in your favor, and you're going to like it, whether this is a court case, whether this is some kind of like someone that you're waiting for someone to decide something for you. However, this is going to be great, this is going to be good, and it's going to put a big massive smile on your face. Okay, what else I was going to say to you, that there is going to be the control, somebody who's controlling you, somebody who's been controlling you for a while, somebody who is just making you feel really uncomfortable, somebody who's been draining your energy. Whether this is a partner of yours, whether this is somebody at work, whether this is somebody around you, there's somebody very nasty, somebody very horrible, somebody very low vibration, and I don't like this person. It's very dark, not dark in appearance, but dark, like a dark energy, very slowly moving and very two-faced, and I don't like this person. Somebody who's trying to be in control, and this is just going to kind of like, that person is going to do something, and that is going to affect you in such a way where you're going to need to like make a really quick decision, and the decision that you're going to make is going to be different to what you would normally do, what you would normally make, and that is going to be probably the hugest and the biggest turning point in your life, because it's not only going to make you realize how clever and how powerful you are, but it's also going to make you realize something very wise about yourself. And that wise thing about yourself that you're going to realize is actually going to help you to have a really important and successful negotiation. Out of all this, there's going to be an important and successful negotiation that you're going to have, and that in itself, it's not only going to test your power, it's going to make you realize something really important about yourself. A new journey is going to become available to you as well at the same time, but at the same time it's going to taste your stamina, and at the same time it is going to become the unfoldment of something really special in your life, a really great new news and message you will have this week that you've been waiting for a while, and also really nice little surprise that is going to happen to you at around the end of the week, which is going to come in the form of like an opportunity, financial opportunity at around the end of the week. Okay, my gorgeous Leos, now sorry. When it comes to your health, you need to make sure that you're taking care of your bones. This is not, listen, this is no joke. This is like, for Leos, every single sign has got something about them that they're quite sensitive towards, or like it's just completely normal. But when it comes to Leos, it's quite a lot to do with the bones, and it's a lot to do with the skeleton. It's a lot to do with like a muscles, you know, so it's quite often like sciatica, like a nerve pain and things like that, you know, and like a bone. So that's why you need to make sure that you take care of your bones. You need to make sure that you take care of your muscles, especially by taking the right supplements and also doing the right exercises. So please try to take calcium, magnesium and vitamin D. A combination of calcium, magnesium and vitamin D is ever so important for you to take throughout this week. And also a vegetable juice. Just a vegetable juice is just so good, because vegetable juice is going to help you a lot to kind of deal with your stomach, to flush out the toxins. They will need to go through you drinking the beautiful combination of freshly squeezed vegetable juice, preferably organic, with lots of tomato. And also, what else I was going to say to you, it's like if you're on any other medications, pregnant or breastfeeding, if you're taking calcium, magnesium and vitamin D, These come in a tablets or in like a little liquid. Make sure that this is all natural without any nasty ingredients. Make sure that you check with your doctor, GP, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, because only they can tell you if this can interact with your medications. But this wonderful combination of calcium, magnesium and vitamin D is actually going to help you with your skeleton in general and with your muscles, okay? For those of you that are actually in relationship, you need to be a little bit careful, because for those of you in a relationship, there is going to be the certain inconsistency that is going to become evident. So you're going to need to sit down and you're going to need to work this out, and you're going to need to see what you're going to do, because there is a certain inconsistency that is going to start affecting you, and it's going to start affecting your partner, and this is also going to start affecting your relationship. So therefore your relationship is going to need a certain edit, or it's going to need a certain adjustment. Okay, so for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, this is a wonderful, beautiful week of connection, reconnection, and beautiful week of meeting people. But there is also going to be somebody that you've met not that long ago that is about to return into your life, and that person that is about to return into your life is going to be sharing lots of things with you, especially when it comes to your own spirituality, especially when it comes to your own way of thinking, and especially when it comes to your own calmness. This person is just going to play an important role in your life from the very moment, okay, from this very beginning, from this week. So watch this space, because you're going to meet somebody who is just going to kind of like, as I said, it is not going to be the first time that you've met this person. Somebody is about to return into your life. I'm not saying that you had a lovey-lovey with this person or anything like that, but your path already crossed with this person. So you're about to cross your path with somebody else. A V, letter V, it's also going to be very strongly evident when it comes to this person, okay? Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Virgo, my gorgeous Virgolini. Now, Virgos, you have to do as much as you can this month. You have to basically be as active as you possibly can, because let me tell you something, your own activity this month is going to bring you a huge, beautiful surprise. And the beautiful surprise that you are going to have this month is also going to be relevant to so many different elements, but especially when it comes to your life, especially when it comes to the certain choice that you've made, especially when it comes to your finances, but also the next stage that you're going to make. It's actually going to happen through this, from this week, and it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, and it's going to involve you making a really massive decision that is going to make you feel, oh my God, I'm not too sure, but you will know it's the right thing. It's something that you've been thinking about for a while, and something is not working in your life, and you need to work out what is not working in your life anymore, and you need to move on. There is a big moving on moment going to happen here, and it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be like the most exciting thing that you will want to do, but it's only because you're like a little kitty. You Virgos are like cats. You don't like changes, or you don't like sudden changes. You see, the cats, they're very clever, they're very intelligent, they're very smart, okay? It's like the way you are, my gorgeous Virgos, okay? You don't like maybe changes, not necessarily that you don't like changes, but you don't like when they happen too fast. You don't like when they happen too abrupt, just like what will happen with the cats. You see, exactly the same way. This is because you're very clever, this is because you're very smart, this is because you're very precise, and this is because you like to plan your life, you like to plan what you do. This is why this is so important. On another hand, it is just going to be the realization that you're going to have. The realization that you're going to have, it's just going to be absolutely huge, because financially this is going to be huge. The success wise, this is going to be massive. When it comes to you and when it comes to the actual accomplishment, this is going to be the biggest accomplishment of your life. You will feel so proud of yourself, you will feel so excited, you will feel again as well cocky, but in the best possible way. There is going to be a partial loss and regret about certain stage of your life, but this is all to do with your emotions. This is all to do with you, and this is all to do with a certain element, certain stage of your life to coming to an end. Sometimes it's time to move on, okay? Some people are meant to be together forever, some people are not. Some people are meant to have just one partner, some people have loads of partners. And this is all because it depends on us, it depends on our spiritual journey, it depends on our karma, and it depends how far our spirit has evolved. My Lord, there is a beautiful and very delicious option that you are going to have this week. On another hand, let me tell you something. Huge progress, which is going to start right at the beginning of this week. This in itself is just going to make you feel really optimistic, and it's going to make you have a very strong reconnection with somebody again. On another hand, there is a family member that is going to have a really great time, really great news, and that is going to put a really big smile on your face. You're going to feel really happy, and there's the problems will go away, and you will feel much lighter because you were worrying about this person. So a certain person in your life that you really love, like a family member, is going to have a great news, and this is so good, because that in itself is just going to kind of like be the new starting point for your family member, but for you as well, because you will not worry anymore. On another hand, do you know what? There is a fantastic influence. The right person will influence you this week. Okay, life-changing influence from a life-changing person. So you need to pay attention to who are you looking up to this week. Okay, who you are listening this week, who is motivating you this week. Okay, who is giving you this beautiful motivation, because that person is going to play a massive role in your life later on. But it's going to start right from the beginning, because there is a certain motivation behind that is going to come through and forward through this person that is just going to help you, to give you the whole new power, the whole new determination, the whole new initiative, the whole new strength you're going to have here. Very active week. My God. And this is all down to you. This is all down to you ending up with a new option and realizing that you've got more resources than you possibly can in order to move on. Hey, my babies, don't be scared, don't be nervous, and don't be paranoid. This week you are going to have the power of the angels. This week you are going to have the power of the God with you. This week you're going to be so powerful, like I cannot possibly explain to you. This week you are going to be the champion whatever you do. So jump in the water and swim as far as you can, as deep as you can. Okay, because water is going to be very, very deep, and you're about to find out something really important, and it's going to surprise you, and most certainly it's going to become a really wonderful new direction in your life. Financially this week is going to be brilliant, and financially, on one hand, you're going to realize that it's time to basically just the time to celebrate. This is what you will want to do. You will want to connect and reconnect with the really important people in your life, because it's going to be the time to celebrate. And also, very important connection, it's going to become evident. Somebody who knows you also, like a friend of yours, or somebody like a friend, somebody who knows you for a really long time, will tell you something. There is going to be the connection, reconnection, and also the connection with that person again. But also at the same time, certain journey is going to become evident. Certain trip you will talk about, and that is going to, this trip is going to become evident when it comes to you reconnecting with somebody or really special people in your life. Just go for it, and go for it. Okay, what else I was going to say is just basically, it is just like there is an obstacle that you are going to overcome with you dealing with your emotions, with you making a very deep and emotional decision this week. Oh my God, it is just all about the realization, and then it's going to be, it's all about you realizing something very important, and then making a really powerful, and then you're dealing with an obstacle. And that obstacle that you're going to deal is just going to kind of like, of course it's going to be like a challenge, but you will know it's the right thing to do, because most certainly this is going to be a very successful time, and it's just going to help you to come to the certain terms with something that it's time to move on. On another hand, it is the time and the moment of apprenticeship. So you're going to have a great honor when it comes to your work. So basically, for those of you that are self-employed, my God, you're going to meet someone, but there is going to be an important realization about your success. You will be very busy, but it's not only about that. It's just about the actual responsibility. You were responsible for so long, you were focusing for so long, and now this is going to be the time when you're going to be able to pick your fruit. It's so good because it's going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you feel really creative. It's going to give you so much power, and it's going to lead towards the biggest accomplishment of your life. For those of you that are looking for work, just keep on looking, my beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous Virgos. Because for those of you that are looking for work, it is just going to become an option that is going to be life-changing. Keep on applying through this week, because this is going to be a trick. Just keep on applying, and then you will see what is going to happen. It's going to happen when you least expect it, and it's also going to happen when you actually come to dealing with a little bit of like an unexpected situation in your life. And this is when this is going to have a really powerful and important unfoldment. This is going to come in the form of a blessings for you, because you will know at the same time this is going to be your power, but at the same time it's going to make you feel really radiant. It's going to make you feel really creative, but it's also going to be your own wake-up call that you are going to have, which is going to give you so much of your beautiful spiritual petrol in order to get your beautiful spiritual car going. Okay, so it's going to be an important time for an apprenticeship. For those of you that are working, like hoping for some kind of promotion, this is going to be the week that is going to literally change everything. Absolutely brilliant. It is just going to be, on another hand, it's just about the actual material attainment that you are going to have an advantage in order to actually do something really important. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Virgos, it's actually going to be, when it comes to your health, you need to just make sure that you focus. You see, this is typical. This is what I was saying to you, to Leos before. It's just like a certain signs are suffering from certain illnesses or certain ailments are completely natural and completely normal. So when it comes to you, my gorgeous Virgos, it's again going to be the digestion and the tiredness, a little bit of like a draining and the tiredness this week. But this is only because emotionally you will be kind of on top of the world. But that in itself is great, because it's going to help you to deal with certain problems and issues. You're going to be really wise. But on another hand, it's going to suck up you so much energy. It's going to take a lot of energy. But that's fine, because this is the type of tiredness that you're going to kind of enjoy. There are two types of tiredness that you have, Virgos. One type of tiredness is make you feel like a little bit paranoid, and the other type of tiredness is makes you feel even more vavavoom. It gives you even more power and petrol to move on with your life. And that's the one that I'm referring to. That's the one that I'm talking about. Okay, so now basically it is just going to be the actual stomach and digestion in general. And this is what I'm saying to you. Try to get basically a vegetable juice, and try to drink like a vegetable juice with lots of tomatoes in, okay, organic vegetable juice throughout this week. And on another hand, get also like a spirulina. I told you about spirulina. Spirulina is a must. Sea vegetable, I'm obsessed with this so much. Blue-green algae, it's absolutely perfect. And it's not only about the digestion, but it's it's about the digestion, it's about the actual health in general, it's about the immune system, and it's about energy. So please try to get spirulina, because this is going to help you with digestion and with energy at the same time. And it's a must. It's absolutely a must. And also try to check with your doctor or your GP if you are on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, because only your doctor and only your GP can tell you if you can take this or not. Okay. And also, what else I was going to say, your left shoulder is going to be slightly sensitive area, my gorgeous Virgos. Your left shoulder is going to be a little bit sensitive, which means that you need to sit correctly, you need to get a nice beautiful pillow, you need to sleep in the right way, you need to make sure that you are doing the right exercises, and also massages can do you the world of good. Okay, so what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, you see, you just need to work out what is the problem. For those of you that are in relationship, something is not right, something is not genuine, something is not the right balance, something is not correct, something is making you feel a little bit low, something is making you feel a little bit negative. You need to work this out. You need to know what this is. You need to know why do you feel like this. And this is how you're going to feel about your partner this week. And something is going to become kind of evident. And that in itself is going to be the major starting point. And that in itself is just going to make you realize about the little negativity and little danger that could be around you or around your relationship. I don't want to make you feel really paranoid or anything like that, but this is normal. You know, people are in relationships and, you know, things change, or, you know, you just have to work on a certain elements, you know, certain parts of your relationships in order to like move on, or in order for your both spirits to evolve. And this is exactly what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to like kind of see why do you feel negative and where do you feel this fear from, where this fear is coming from, because there is an intuition that is going to be very strong, and intuition is going to let you something know. And this is going to be the new starting point indeed. And you will see exactly what I meant. Okay, now for those of you, my gorgeous Virgolinis that are actually single and ready to mingle, this is going to be again great time of discovery, great time of rediscovery. This is not so much about meeting other people this week, but it's about taking care of yourself, about doing the right things for yourselves. For you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, it's all about you kind of exercising, you taking care of yourself, and you making sure that you're pampering yourself, doing the right things for yourself and rewarding yourself. It is all about grounding. It is all about taking care of yourself. It is all about rewarding yourself. This is the week of recharging. This week is so powerful when it comes to your own recharging the battery, recharging your power, recharging your energy, that this is going to be mind-blowing. You Virgos, you're very similar to Scorpios when it comes to recharging. Sometimes you need to step away from the situation for a day, a couple of days, and then you are like born again. You're absolutely brilliant. You are refreshed. You're recharged and things like that. So this is going to be the important time of taking care of yourself and recharging indeed. Okay, and what else I was going to say, it is just the realization that you are going to have through this as well at the end of the week, at around the end of the week, that is also going to have a direct impact on you and somebody else, and somebody is about to return into your life. This is not a lover or anything like that, but a certain person is about to return into your life, and at around that time, this is a friend, somebody who means to you so much. At around the same time, there's going to be another person that is going to start manifesting indeed. Okay, and so basically this week you're not going to meet anybody special, but please, it's just so important to work with the energy, to work with the vibration, and take care about as much as you can of yourself. Like go outside and recharge your batteries, have a little bit of grounding, do a little bit of yoga, just take care of yourself in this way, and that is going to be brilliant, because if you do it this week, as I said, if you work with these beautiful, powerful energies, this is going to reflect on you 1,000 times. So the week after that is going to be quite significant when it comes to you meeting someone special. So watch this space, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Libra, 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 Libra. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, it's going to be Libra. Now, my gorgeous Libras, this is just absolutely brilliant. I don't even know where to start. This is all about you feeling really good, you feeling really like creative, you feeling very inventive, and you will just not be able to tell where these feelings are coming from, which is absolutely brilliant. And this is how it's going to happen, like from the beginning of this week. But most importantly, this week is going to happen with you having a great news. You having a great news, you having a great realization, and this is going to give it a whole new safety. And the safety feeling that you're going to have, you will be able to reflect not only on yourself, but on people around you, the people who you mean to you the most, and you will know that this is the beginning of something really important. You will have to deal with a certain person that you don't like. You're going to have to put stop on certain things with a certain person that you don't like, and it's not right. Something that someone has been doing quite negative around you, and it's not the right thing, and it's going to need a little bit of your edit. But most certainly it's just going to be about you kind of like a forgiving and forgetting to this person, most importantly by the end of this week, because that is going to be the key in order for you to release yourself from negativity. But also this is going to lead towards a really big change. You're going to have a big change in your home circumstances, but the big change that you are going to have is just going to be so good, because it's going to help you to realize which direction it's about to become available to you, and that direction is going to come with the form of you learning experience, my babies. Your key word this week is going to be like a learning experience, because you need to see, you need to feel, you need to sense what you feel drawn to, what you want to learn next, what you want to do next. It's all about being deep, it's all about deep application, it's all about study, and it's all about something very special presenting itself to you this week, which is going to lead towards your own massive, huge, not only rebirth, but transformation indeed. The hidden enemy is going to become available. Hidden enemy, it's going to become evident to you, but this is also going to like a little bit of surprise you, because the certain spiritual journey with you and somebody else in your life is also coming to an end. So now, sadly, unfortunately, things are going to start taking a different turn, and the turn is going to happen that some maybe non-enemy is going to become a little bit of enemy, but that will be also like a part of the normal progress when it comes to the certain circumstances. But it's all going to make sense to you, my gorgeous Libra. Most importantly, it is just that, you know what, I really like it, because it's just all about the certain money that you're going to have. Financial situation is going to start changing, and this is really good, and this is also going to help you quite a lot, like, you know, like with a certain stage of your life, like that you were kind of uncertain, you weren't too sure like whether you took the right turn. Now they're going to be a very strong evidence that you did the right thing when it comes to the certain stage in your life, and that is just going to be reward. That is going to be huge, that is going to be massive, and as I said, it's going to make you feel really, really creative. On another hand, you know, it is just like a strongly an additional money that you will get, whether this is going to be like an inheritance that you are going to have that is going to be completely surprise you, or you are kind of aware of it, or whether this is going to be like some kind of like not an inheritance, but it's going to it's either going to be an inheritance, or it's either going to be like a basically certain like amount of money that you're going to get that is going to be completely surprise you, but other people are going to be part of it as well. But however, this is going to be really good indeed. And you know, let me tell you something. This week you're going to have a huge experience, a meaningful, powerful experience. It may not even seem that huge, but most certainly it's going to start with you doing something unusual, you being the part of the certain circle, you being the part of the certain people, you being the part of the certain dimension. But that in itself is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because it is going to be an adventure at the same time. It may not feel straight away then and there, but later on you will realize that this is going to be the huge turning point that is basically going to change your life. Massive realization is going to change your life. This is the beginning of something really big, and it's going to make you realize that, you know, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You've got everything you need in order to move on. You've got everything you need to be happy. So this is the moment of enlightenment, because the whole new balance is going to happen, the whole new balance. A wonderful option that you're actually going to be presented by the end of this week, and that option that you're going to be presented by the end of this week, it's going to be very, very it's going to come to you in a form of a good news and advancement, but it's something that you expected, but it's actually going to be even more, and it's actually going to be even better. Absolutely fantastic. But you're also going to recognize a certain ability about yourself that is going to become something the main point, and that in itself is going to be something that is just going to give you lots of activity and determination, and most certainly is something that you have experience with, but at the same time it's just going to lead towards your own transformation. But you will realize that there are changes needed. there are more changes that you're going to need to make in order to get where you want to get. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are wondering about the health, very important to eat fruit, lots of organic fruit throughout this week, because it's going to help you a lot with your energy levels. It's going to help you a lot with your stomach, because I can see slightly a little bit of negativity with your stomach and with your digestion, of course. And please try to eat lots of fruit. This is going to be some organic fruit, please. And also vitamin D, because your bones are going to be slightly sensitive. Try to get an additional vitamin D, like in a tablet form, maybe liquid form, as long as it's natural, or if you can go outside in the sun, that's absolutely fine as well. But also, what else I want you to take, it's actually vitamins A, C, and E, because you're going to need to top up on antioxidants. Very important to top up on antioxidants. You can get this in tablet form. It needs to be natural without any nasty ingredients, or you can eat lots of food that actually contain vitamins A, C, and E. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, please try to check with your doctor or with your GP whether you can take these medications, whether you can take this or not, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you this. For those of you that are in relationship, you need to be a little bit careful, because in those of you in relationship, your partner is going to be in a little bit of danger. I'm sorry, I don't want to make you feel really paranoid or anything like that. It's not a life-changing danger or something like that, but it's just in a little bit of danger. Somebody's like a little bit dishonest about your partner, so please, if your partner is trying to do certain business, if your partner is trying to start something really huge, if your partner is trying to start something really big, please try to say to them to avoid it this week, not to do it in between the 3rd and the 9th of June. Just try to do it later on. After the 9th of June, it's going to be fine, but please say to your partner not to start anything big, no big negotiations or anything like that this week, to try to avoid, because somebody dishonest is going to be around them. Okay, for those of you that are actually single, you see, you will go out, you will have lots of fun, it will be highly radiant time for you, and you're going to rediscover a lot, because you will kind of feel all the sex appeal, and people are going to be able to feel your energy, people are going to be able to feel your power. Sometimes we just need a little bit of flirting, sometimes we just need a little bit of this energy back. We meet people, we meet situations, we meet different dimensions, and through these different dimensions we discover ourselves. There is something very important about yourself that you're actually going to rediscover through meeting other people and through flirting, okay? And you will see exactly what I meant, okay? The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, of course, is going to be gorgeous Scorpio. My beautiful, gorgeous Scorpio, you are going to have a really big accomplishment. You are going to have a really big accomplishment, but also at the same time, you are going to need to make a really powerful decision. The decision that you're going to need to make, it's not going to be really too happy decision, because it's going to require from you to deal with the person who is getting on your nerves, or the person who's been making you feel really negative, or the person who's been bringing you down. But you know that there is a decision that you need to make in order to talk to this person, because you need to discuss something, you need to come to the bottom of something was left unresolved. This is so important for you to discuss, because it's going to help you to get to the point in your life where you want to get, because it seems like you've been worrying, it seems like you've been down, it seems like you've not been happy because you haven't got like a certain people around you that you want to have around. And sometimes, especially when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpios, you're very deep, you're very powerful, you think a lot, but sometimes you just need to make sure that you make a reconnection and connection with other people, because this life is really short and we don't all live forever. This life is ridiculously short. It's 5 minutes, we're all dead, and this is why, because we are here on this earth, we are just traveling, we are just passengers, we are just here to learn things in order for our spirit to evolve on a certain level. And in order for your spirit to evolve on a certain level, this is going to become a very important starting point, because you're going to need to deal with a certain person, but it's the actual realization and the outcome of all that is just going to resolve in the certain stability and confidence that you are going to have. And also at the same time, there's going to be a wonderful influence that is just going to be the new starting starting point. A wonderful influence and reconnection with somebody very special in your life is just going to help you to make a really powerful decision. The decision that you're going to make is going to help you to be very creative, and it's going to be the beginning of something really big, and it's also going to be some kind of like a gain that is going to become at the same time an adventure. You need an adventure. This is not just any type of adventure. This is going to be weird adventure. This is going to be strange adventure. This is going to be like a really deep adventure, which is going to be, of course, the part of the completely different dimension. And the whole week is going to feel like the 31st of October, which is like a Halloween or Samhain, for example. And for you, my gorgeous Scorpio, especially, this is the moment, this is the time when you are at home, when it's all like a different dimension. So things are going to feel mysterious. Things are going to be mysterious, and you are going to have this mysterious feeling in the air. But that in itself is just going to make you feel even more good, and it's going to make you feel even more optimistic, and it's just going to make you realize a certain accomplishment and certain power of about yourself. This dimension is just going to take you places without you even realize. It's going to make you being part of the dimension. It's going to help you to have lots of spirits around you without you even realizing. Just watch for signs throughout this week, my gorgeous Scorpio. Watch for signs, because you're going to be having all sorts of strange little signs, but especially a cat. Certain cat is going to play an important role when it comes to you having a certain sign. And when you see this cat, just need to think about what you were thinking about at around the time, what you were focusing on, because this cat is just going to help you realize that something is going to take a certain amount of time in order for you to move on and get to the certain stage of your spiritual journey. It's all about the moderation. It's all about timekeeping. It's all about a certain motivation, and it's all about the deep concentration and application and study. Certain studies, certain application, certain concentration is going to become evident, and it's going to become the part of your journey to realize you just need to keep going slightly longer, and you will see where you're going to get. This is so big because there is a really big stage in your life about to unfold, and you will be presented with a realization that you did make a really responsible decision not that long ago. Now this is going to kind of become evident, but at the same time you will realize certain knowledge about yourself, and that in itself is just going to help you a lot, because it's just going to help you a lot with your own transition. This is going to be all about your own transition, change, readjustment, regeneration and rebirth, but it's going to come with a certain sacrifice, and the sacrifice that is going to come, it's going to make you realize that you're going to have to do something that you may not like necessarily, but this is going to involve somebody else, conversation, realization, and talk about something you don't want to talk, deal with something you don't want to deal, in order to get where you want to get. Sometimes we have to do this in order to make the waters in our life a little bit murkier, and once they're murky, they will come down, and after that point the water will be crystal clear like never before it was. That's exactly what I'm saying here. Okay, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Scorpios, you see there is going to be like a powerless situation that you're going to have at around the end of this week, which is going to be quite challenging indeed, and it's going to involve other people around, but that particular powerless situation is also going to be fantastic, because it's going to show you and it's going to let you know that it's all about the determination. It's going to make you determined a little bit even more. It's going to give you the whole new initiative, and that in itself is going to be a beautiful starting point, because there's going to be a little financial opportunity at the end of this week that is just going to be a little seed that is going to be planted, and it's just something you're going to start thinking about, and later on at around December 2019 this is going to take off. Watch this space. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual health, you see, I can see that you are going to have a little bit of like negativity when it comes to your head, and basically it's a little bit of headache that you're going to have, and I would like to suggest you 100% please throughout this week try to drink lots of water, and also try to take like a magnesium supplements, and also feverfew. Magnesium, natural, without any rubbish ingredients, chemicals or anything like that, please. And also feverfew, it's basically, these are like herbs. Feverfew herb, it's been used for many years for like headaches, migraines and things like that, and it's absolutely brilliant. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, please try to check with your doctor or with your GP, because only your doctor or your GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. But this is something that I highly recommend you for like a headache and things like that. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, you see there is an important time of change, important time of happiness, important time of joy, pleasure, but also at the same time an honor. Certain honor is going to become evident. You will be very proud of your partner, and your partner is also going to be very proud of you. And that in itself is going to lead towards a big change that you're both going to contribute to make. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually single, for those of you that are single, you see this is the moment of realization about yourself, which is going to help you to feel good, which is going to help you to feel better. But this is also at the same time going to help you to like kind of socialize. I like it because there are going to be a few elements that are going to happen this week that are going to make you feel really good and really triumphant, like really victorious. At the same time, that is going to make you feel really positive. At the same time, that is going to make you feel really daring. At the same time, there's going to be a few celebrations going on, and at the same time you will be meeting people, and this is the time when you're going to meet someone really, really special. Okay, someone very special. You're going to meet somebody who's going to see something in you that nobody else can see, somebody who's going to see something in you that you will want them to see, and someone who could understand you and who will understand you like no one else will. So this is going to be the great time, and it's just going to be 1 in a million that you're going to meet. Okay, now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is of course gorgeous Sagittarius. Now Sagittarius, this is going to be such a busy week. This is going to be ridiculously busy week, okay? But you will not know what to do because there is a certain problem that is going to come through, and that certain problem that is going to come through, it's not something that is going to come that just manifested from yesterday or something like that, but it's just going to be the return of a very heavy karma, something that started like about last 9 months, something that started within the last 9 months, okay? Something that is just kind of like started within the last 9 months, and it started in such a way of you really want to change, make a really big change, but this big change that you want to make, it's coming from a certain fear, and certain fear is also coming from a certain realization, and this is really big, and this is huge, and this is massive. This is not only about you, this is not only about your life, this is about the things that have been happening around you, the things that have been happening in the world. This is deep, very deep, and this is looking at the big picture that you got affected without you even realizing. Now that in itself is just going to help you to kind of focus in a certain way, and it's also going to make you very wise, really wise. This week you're going to be ridiculously wise, and this week you're going to be ridiculously wise, and that wiseness is just going to bring you to the point where you will make a really powerful decision, and the powerful decision that you are going to make is also going to be connected to the certain swift activity, and you're going to realize, there is going to be the certain amount of time that is going to change, but it's all about the moderation, and it's all about like being very clever one step at a time. You're reaching a very important point in your life, okay? It is not going to happen tomorrow, it is not going to happen day after tomorrow, but you are reaching a very important point in your life, and it is most certainly going to start this year, and this week is going to play absolutely huge, massive role when it comes to this, because you are going to also kind of like be part of the situation where you will something is going to surprise you. People are going to surprise you. People's reaction is going to surprise you. What people do is going to surprise you. How people react, it's actually going to surprise you. But this in itself is going to be really good because you're going to realize a little bit of dishonesty. Sorry, I don't mean to be really horrible, like what am I saying, but I just want to warn you, there are going to be a couple of dishonest people around you, and I just, it's fine. These little dishonest people, they're everywhere, but this is actually going to be really good for you because it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your energy. It's going to affect your way of thinking. And this is going to be good. This is not bad. Do you know why? Because it's going to help you to move on. It's going to help you to realize that you need to make a certain change in your life. Certain change in your life is needed. And this is needed on daily basis. This is needed on weekly basis. This is needed on monthly basis. So therefore, what you're focusing on daily basis, monthly basis, it just needs a little bit of readjustment. And this is so good because it wouldn't happen if this these two little tricky people wouldn't be around you. These two tricky little people are going to be around you, and they're just going to leave a little bit of bitter taste again in your mouth, because it's going to surprise you how naughty people can be. They will not do this necessarily to you. It is not going to be done directly to you, but you will be surrounded by these negative people who are very tricky and who are very low, who are very negative, and that is just, believe me, not going to kind of have such a wonderful impact and effect on you, and it's going to affect your balance in such a way where you're going to find yourself being not very wise, but full of ideas as well. Absolutely brilliant. This is so good, because you're going to be able to have an advantage of this. Somebody's unfortunate situation is just going to work in such a wonderful way for you, because it's going to give you a really good advantage, realization and advantage, which is just going to make you very determined to move on with your life. But that in itself is also going to help you to realize that you are reaching a really important stage of your life, and this week is going to play an important role, because it's going to help you, it's going to make you, because you will realize that so much is actually going to happen this week, and things that are making you happy are going to become evident this week. People that are making you happy are going to become evident this week as well, and that is going to take over that little bit of negativity that I told you, that other couple of people are going to bring, but which is going to reflect you in the best possible way, because it's also going to kind of help you to have the biggest boom of your life when it comes to certain difficulties in launching certain projects, when it comes to the certain changes. There are two certain projects and changes that you maybe had difficulties doing or launching or starting, and this is all going to become evident, because it's going to reflect on you in such a way, because you are about to receive sacred power. It is the sacred power that you are going to have, sacred power that you are going to receive, and that in itself is going to protect you from all sorts of conflicts and battles, because you're going to have a sacred protection, and that in itself is actually going to work on you, opening your eyes and realizing fantastic situation it's about to unfold in your life. On another hand, it's the great time of recognition and honor. Fantastic time of recognition, my babies, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Some fantastic time of recognition and honor. So if you're working, you will get certain recognition and honor. Someone is going to come towards you and they're going to shower you with positivity, which is absolutely brilliant. If you're self-employed, this is going to be the time and moment when you're going to be so busy. It's absolutely brilliant and rewarding. If you're retired or you're not working, this is also going to be the moment and time of the greatest honor in your life, because this is the time of the rebirth. This is the time of rebirth. This is the time of beautiful optimism. This is the time of beautiful ideas as well. It is not about the negativity, but it's about the positivity. And also it's about a huge, massive change that is going to affect you at the end of this week. And the change that you're going to have that is going to affect you is going to come and happen in a form of a financial opportunity as well. That financial opportunity is going to be absolutely brilliant. And you're just going to need to remember to follow your intuition, to follow your intuition, to follow your intuition. Just see and feel what you feel closely connected to, because there is also going to be the little surprise that it's going to become the part of your life, and the little surprise that is going to become the part of your life, it's going to come in a form of you realizing something. You will be focusing on something, and you will be reading something, you will be watching something, and at the same time you will have a really powerful realization. That realization is just also going to play an important role when it comes to your own power, when it comes to your own challenge, when it comes to your own stamina. And what you're going to do is you will make a certain decision, and you will find yourself doing something that you don't normally do. And guess what is going to happen? You will have a really wonderful turning point. You will have your own wheel of fortune this week. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to prepare you, that you are going to have a wheel of fortune, that you're going to find yourself like being in part of the movie, being in the part of the film that you wouldn't normally be. But this is so wonderful, because at the same time you are also going to see an omen, and the omen that you are going to see, it's going to come in a form of, it's going to be in the form of a dog, or in the form of a wolf, in the form of like a dog animal, and the actual omen is also going to let you know that there is a whole new beginning about to unfold in your life. And the whole new beginning that is about to unfold in your life, it's also going to show itself through your own creativity. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, and also when it comes to the actual when it comes to the actual health, I have to tell you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, is when it comes to the actual health, you are actually going to have a circulation. Circulation. You're going to need to watch your circulation. So very important to take something for circulation. Something for circulation and purification. Circulation and purification are going to be an integral part of you, my gorgeous Sagittarius. So what you need to do is take organic capsules, organic garlic capsules, okay? Garlic is absolutely brilliant. I know that you can take a garlic, like a normal clove of garlic every day. If you don't mind smell, you know, if you don't want people around you, like, you know, you can take a clove of garlic every day, of course, you know, if you want, but it's just the strong smell, you know, but it's up to you. So you can take a clove of garlic every day, or you can take organic garlic capsules, which you're going to benefit from so much, especially when it comes to the actual circulation and purification. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, please check with your doctor, especially if you go for the actual capsule options. Check with your doctor, check with your GP, because only they can tell you if this can interact with your existing medications. On another hand, what else I was going to say, for those of you gorgeous Sagittarius that are actually in relationship, this is a great week because both of you are going to have a really wonderful determination. It seems like, it looks like maybe last week it wasn't as good, maybe last week something was missing, maybe the last week something was bad, something was not right, but most certainly the great determination of two people is going to come together, and there is a very important decision that is going to be made. Okay, the decision that is going to be made is going to have a very strong reflection and impact on both of you. Okay, for those of you that are actually single, it is just so important, because there is going to be the time when you're going to kind of be part of the really new learning experience. You're going to feel drawn to something different, something new, something bizarre, but at the same time there is a really important person that is about to enter your life. The really important person that is about to enter your life, it's going to come and it's going to manifest when you start a new learning project, new learning experience. You don't need to start officially, you can just think about it any day throughout this week, but this is, I feel like this is going to happen at around the end of the week when you're focusing towards the new learning experience. There is someone very beautiful, very special, very intelligent and very powerful person about to enter your life, somebody very beautiful, very educated, but it's also going to happen when you're outside, you're surrounded by other people, and it's just going to happen one step at a time, and this is only going to be the beginning of you meeting someone very special whom you're going to discover so much about yourself that you didn't know before. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is, of course, it's a gorgeous Capricornius, gorgeous Capricorn. Now Capricorn, you're going to see something and it's going to surprise you. You're going to see something and it's going to completely surprise you, because you're just going to find out something very unusual about a certain person in your life, something that you didn't know, but at the same time it's just something that is going to help you to realize and make a really wise decision. The wise decision that you are going to make, it's going to have direct impact on your life, it's going to have direct impact on your finances, it's going to have direct impact on the people around you, on the people who you really love. But this is also at the same time very important time for you, because it's just going to help you to be really responsible, but that responsibility, it's also going to help you to, like, with your own creativity, and it's also going to make you be the part of something very important, especially when it comes to somebody who's been draining the energy out of you, somebody who's been draining the energy out of you, around you. It's been around you for a while, and that person maybe shouldn't be around you. Or if you can't move away from a certain toxic people like this, there is someone very toxic around you, then you're just gonna need to protect yourself this week in particular, my babies. If you can take like a couple of bags of salt, I know it sounds bizarre, but hey, what's normal, you know? If you can take like a couple of bags of little sea salt, okay, and put one little bag of sea salt in one pocket and another bag of sea salt in another pocket, and this is how you protect yourself. Or if you don't want to put a sea salt in your pocket and wear it throughout the whole week, I completely understand. Sometimes I have it around me, you know, it depends who I talk to. If I have a client who comes to me, and then if I'm, you know, like talking, you know, sometimes it depends. Sometimes I have like a bags around me, believe me or not. Or you could get like a couple of black tourmalines and put in each pocket, and this is how you're going to protect yourself, because black tourmaline is probably one of the most powerful, not probably, lovely. Black tourmaline is actually the most powerful crystal that you can use in order to protect yourself against all sorts of negative energy, negative people, vibrations, and things like that. Or you can get, as I said, like a couple of black tourmaline, and this is the way you can protect yourself. But then this is again also going to help you to release certain bondages, and also this is going to lead towards your own success. You just need to remember, my baby, be smart, be wise. You will have a moment when you will be like very tested. Capricorn babies, Capricornius, you will be tested this week, and you're going to be tested in such a way where you will be tested like the way you're going to react. So you just have to remember me, just stay calm, be very wise, and that's the way you're going to win. That's the way you're going to rise above the situation, and you rising above the situation is going to take you on a whole new level. It's going to take you to whole new power, world power, because you're going to be able to see the whole situation from much higher. And what else is going to happen when you're looking at the whole situation from much higher? There's incredible wiseness that you are going to have, a wiseness, and that wiseness that you are going to have, it's also going to help you with a certain negotiation, and the certain negotiation that you are going to have this week, it's also going to be ridiculously powerful and ridiculously important. The negotiation that you are going to have this week, it's also going to reveal that a certain stage of your life is coming to an end, but also the certain stage is about to happen, but you are going to need to make a certain adjustment that is going to be not as easy, not as not as certain as everything else, but most certainly this is going to be the great starting point, because you will see the motivation. It's going to make you feel really optimistic, and the motivation is going to make you feel really powerful, and the motivation is just going to also help you to deal with a certain negative part of your life that was making you feel really negative. This is so good, because you're just going to use your energy and power to the best of your abilities, because you're very smart, you're very deep, you're very intelligent, you're very clever, so you're able to focus with this energy, and once you're focusing in the right way, this brings you so much knowledge and power. It's unbelievable. What else I was going to say, this is going to be an important moment in time when it comes to the actual materialistic gain. Money and finances are going to improve, and that is so good, because that is going to help you with a certain problem, and that is also going to kind of make you feel really good. And I can see you're going to help someone. I love you. I love anybody who helps anybody. So I can see you helping someone, and this is for those of you who realize that their financial situation or something like that, it's going to change, and I can see you helping someone, and that's absolutely brilliant. But also, what else I was going to say, it's just great. It's brilliant. It's fantastic, because this is going to be the week of the creativity. This is going to be the week when you're going to feel really good. This is going to be the week when you're going to feel very confident. So if you want to do something for the first time, go for it. If you want to try something for the first time, go for it. If you want to speak to someone for the first time, go for it. If you want to meet someone for the first time and you want to talk to them and you're scared, go for it. This is going to be the powerful time, and also it is number one. Your lucky number is going to be number one, babies. This is all about the beginning. This is all about the new start. This is all about the new adventure, but it's also telling you that whatever you do, you're going to have a little lucky angel next to you, and your lucky angel is just going to become very evident, especially this week, because also it is the whole new option that is going to become evident to you and available to you, and it's all due to your hard work. Fantastic good news you're going to hear. But also when it comes to the justice, this is the week of justice. Your justice is coming. I'm so happy for you, whether you're waiting for the certain court case or whether you're waiting for somebody to decide something for you, whatever it is, this is absolutely brilliant, because it's going to make you feel really happy. It's going to put a big smile on your face, and especially it's going to help you with your professional life, with your work, with your career, with your finances. This is going to be a huge week when it comes to finances and when it comes to your career, because this is most certainly going to be a great new starting point. Okay, when it comes to your health, it is just going to be sensitive eyes, and this area is going to be quite sensitive, so please try to get like a organic carrot juice. You can make your own carrot juice, or you can get a beta carotene capsules. But if you get a beta carotene capsules, you need to check with your doctor or GP whether you can take this or not, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding or if you're on any other medications. And also what else I need you to take, it's basically wheatgrass capsules, because you're going to benefit from amino acids acids and protein. You're going to benefit from amino acids and protein, so please try to get a wheatgrass capsules, absolutely full of goodness, absolutely full of power, okay? And also if you can get like in a juice form as well, it depends, but if you take it in a capsule form, again, check with your doctor and GP whether this can interact with your existing medications, if you're on any other medications, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just going to be basically, you're going to need to like kind of make a really important decision. There is something going to happen, but not on your side. Your partner will go through something that is going to make them a little bit agitating, and it's going to make them a little bit anxious, and they're going to need a little bit of your energy, they're going to need a little bit of your power, they're going to need a little bit of your vavavoom, and this week you're going to have lots of energy and lots of power. So please just try to like come through and come forward and see like kind of how you can help to your partner. This is nothing malicious towards you or anything like that, but I think that they're going through something very stressful in their life, so they just need a little bit of your help, your love, your power in order to help them with their balance. Buy them something, do something for them, take them something away, you know, take them somewhere away, you know. Okay, to break this monotony. Okay, so now Capricornians, for those of you that are actually single, it's just brilliant. This is what you need to do. For those of you that are single, you need to go out. You need to go and meet people. Because I don't know how to explain this. A really big question is going to be answered to you. Through you meeting people this week, a huge question is going to be answered. And that question that is going to be answered to you, for you, it's been bothering you for a while, and it's going to help you to rediscover yourself. Okay? So all you need to do is just go out and socialize as much as you can, because something really big is going to happen. Okay? Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Aquarius. 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 When the moon is in the seventh house. Anyway, hello, my gorgeous Aquarius. Now, basically, now, you are going to have a superpower. You are going to have a super knowledge. Now, your whole week is going to be like a hermit week. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the whole week you're going to need to go away from the situation. You're going to need to take some time to rest or something like that. You are having a special hermit mode. You are going to have a powerful hermit mode. You know why? Because there are few hermit modes that we can have, but if you've been following my readings, you will know that the hermit mode is an important time when the spirit world, when in between this world and the spirit world, you know, the veil is very thin. It's at its thinnest, you know, just like how we have it on the 31st of October when they call it Halloween. I call it Samhain. You know, it's an important time when this veil is really thin, and we are able to kind of like be on both sides at the same time more than ever. We are both on many sides at the same time more than ever normally, but it's this time we get the opportunity to feel this, to sense this power, and it's also to harness this beautiful energy and this beautiful power. What happens is that our spirit guides, our guardian angels, our God is calling us, is pulling us back to come forward, because they want to shower us with knowledge. They want to shower us with a sacred power, and this power that you will be showered with, that you will be showered by, is most certainly going to make you realize something very important about your life, and a very important stage about your life, and a very important situation and responsible situation that you did not that long ago. Do not forget this about you, because this is an important moment in your own personal evolution that you went through, and sometimes it happens through so much stress, it happens through so much anxiety, it happens through so much energy that it just clouds so much around us, in between us, and then we can't really get hold of these particular energy points. But now I'm just trying to explain this to you, that this is going to become really evident in this hermit mode, which is going to last throughout the whole week. It's actually going to help you to realize this responsible and creative situation that you went through, and it was amazing, it was powerful, it was the wise decision that you did not that long ago. But that in itself is going to open your eyes. That in itself is going to be the huge starting point, and that in itself is just going to be give you your world power, because you will realize the accomplishment that you wouldn't realize otherwise. And that in itself is going to be so strong, because you, Aquarius, you're also ridiculously powerful. Your power of your mind is just, your power of your mind is so strong. Whatever you feel, whatever you sense, people are able to feel and people are able to sense. So it's all about delegating this particular energy, and it's all about using this particular energy to the best of its ability, but also to think about, so many different areas of your life. This is so important because it's just the confidence. This is the hermit mode. It's also going to bring you a certain confidence. I'm not saying that you are lacking in confidence. You're very powerful, Aquarius. You normally have a lot of confidence, but now this is going to be the different type of confidence, because also it's an important spiritual step that you will go through. And the spiritual step that you will go through, it's going to happen through a really strange surprise. No, it's not a strange surprise, but it's going to be something that's going to happen, a change that you expected, but it's just kind of this type of change when you expect, and when you expect, you can expect for as long as you can, you're still going to be kind of taken away by it. You're still going to be affected by it, because it's normal. So you can prepare, you can try to prepare as much as you can, but this is still going to be something that is going to affect you. So this energy is also going to help you to deal with a certain problem and a certain issue and certain situation that is going to arise, and it's just kind of going to, instead of you being down, instead of you feeling negative, now this is just going to be the certain power that is actually going to help you feel completely opposite, and it's going to kind of help you to deal with the certain problems and make you feel really optimistic. This is so good. And it's also going to be like, what else I was going to say, it is going to be the self-denying situation. But you're going to need to make a decision about someone around you. You're going to need to make a decision, and it's just kind of some self-denial. And now it's the moment of self-illumination that you will help, that is going to help you with this self-denial. But this is going to help you so much, because this most certainly it's going to be something that is going to help you with your own perfection, and something that is going to help you realize your own resources. And also it's going to bring you beautiful balance. The balance that you are going to have, it's going to have a literally healing effect on you, but it's also going to make you realize that your life is just about to change. It's about to become really powerful, really colorful, and it's about to become very interesting. This week is going to be a really important major stepping stone that you are going to have. It is just going to help you. It is just going to be a little bit of maybe negative, energy, negative situation that you're going to have to deal with, but at the end of the day, that is something that is just going to be imminent. That is just something that happens. That is just something that nobody can stop. But most certainly your intuition is just going to be so powerful, and the negative situation that is going to cause a little bit of teary is actually going to be very interesting, because it's just going to turn into such an amazing moment, because it's going to turn into your starting point, which means that there's going to be a lot that is going to happen that you didn't expect, and it's all going to have a swift change, and that in itself is just going to become this highly transformative time for you. And this is going to be the moment and time of your own personal rebirth. Go and pick the flower. Go outside in the forest. Go outside in the nature. Go and pick the flower. Go and find the flower that you feel the most drawn to. Go and find the flower that you find the most powerful. Go and find the flower that you find the most beautiful. Go and find the flower that you find the most attractive when it comes to color. Go. And before you pick it up, just go towards it. Before you pick it up, just touch it, feel its energy and touch it. I can even feel this orchid when I'm doing this, feel its energy, feel its power. At the same time, just make a wish. At the same time, make a wish, okay? And you're doing this, you do this with your hands. With your hand, make a wish and think about it, focus, and then at the same time, think about something, focus very strongly, focus very sharply, get your intuition going, get this beautiful change and transition, at the same time. And then as soon as you kind of are finished with your wish, just pick the flower, at the same time pick the flower and just basically chuck the flower in the air and just turn around and don't look at it and never see it again. And that moment is going to be important. That moment is going to be significant. That moment means that you are just marking something very important, and also at the same time, this is going to become a really huge turning point for you, and it's going to bring the new education. It's going to bring you the new learning point. It's going to bring you the new, a new stage of your life, which is most certainly going to lead towards your own accomplishment, towards your own accomplishment, confidence, and this is going to make you feel so good about yourself, and it's going to reveal an active, very active stage of your life, because that wish that you do, that wish that you made, it's not going to come back in the form of a really beautiful wish because you are going to do this at the right time, because you're going to send this energy to the universe at the right time, but it's also going to be bringing you really powerful change, the need for change, the change that it's around you already that you're not realizing, that you're going to realize by doing this. Also, on another hand, you know, it's the experience. Your experience is going to play a really important role this week. And also, let me just tell you something, it is just a certain person that is just going to give you a certain idea. Watch for the idea of the person in your life, someone really important, someone a little bit older, someone really wise, someone really significant. This person, somebody very powerful, oh my God, somebody very successful money-wise, but also their third psychic eye is like massive. So somebody who's like having a work-life balance, but also spirituality. As much as they're clever, they do everything clever, and you do look up to them. So that person is going to play an important role, because they will give you an idea for you to do something. My goodness, this is going to be huge. My goodness, this is going to be powerful. My goodness, this is going to be your own wheel of fortune that is going to be absolutely life-changing, and it's most certainly going to lead towards a certain apprenticeship, new option, new stage, success, overcoming certain obstacle that was driving you crazy for such a long time. And also, it's going to become a challenge that is going to make you realize, you know, you're going to need to make a certain edit, certain adjustments, but most certainly, thank God, you're on the right track, you're on the right journey. On another hand, it's all about the victory. I'm so happy for you, Aquarius. This is a victory. This is a very victorious month. I'm so happy for you, and the things that you did in the last 5 months are going to become hugely evident here, especially in this particular week, because it's all about your victory, mental clarity, and I'm so happy for you, because this is going to give you your strength back. You're about to get your strength back through realizing something very important about your life. It's your own power that is going to become very significant. It's your energy that is going to become very significant, and that in itself is going to become a new starting point. There is a contemplation. You will be wondering what to do. Do you know why? Because there are going to be like about 3 options that are going to become very significant, 3 options that are going to become very powerful, and all 3 options are going to be absolutely brilliant, because this is all to do with the great skill that you've done. This is all to do with your own prosperity and well-being, and this is all to do with your practical knowledge, everything that you have been actually focusing on. I will tell you something, my babies, I will tell you something. This week is going to be all about your own suspension, transition, and it's all about your own change, and it's all about reversal of those things that are making you bored, of those things that came to an end, of those things that were dragging you down, of those things that are making you feel negative. They will become evident this week. Some of them will surprise you, but some of them you will know about. But the bottom line is, this is all about readjustment, regeneration, and rebirth. But the most importantly, there is a certain little sacrifice that you will need to make. Okay, so now let me just tell you, basically, you will, when it comes to your health, I need to tell you again, my babies, you will need something to boost your own immune system. Your immune system is going to need to be boosted. This is because this is going to be like a highly powerful time for you when it comes to your energy, when it comes to like you will be busy, and that will draining a little bit of energy out of you. So it's important to get a holy basil herb to actually boost your immune system. Please, I highly recommend you to get holy basil herbs, okay, in order to boost your immune system. You can take these herbs however you would like, however you wish, as long as you get it. It's just so important. On another hand, if you can't get holy basil to boost your immune system, you can always get like something like a grape juice, just an organic grape juice, and try to drink organic grape juice through the actual week, because organic grape juice, it's also absolutely fantastic to take in order to boost your immune system, but especially when it comes to you, especially when it comes to your energy, but especially when it comes to this particular week. And also echinacea, herb echinacea is fantastic to boost your immune system by increasing a white cell count in your body. You can get echinacea in a tincture, or you can get echinacea like in a capsule form. But if you do take echinacea, for example, like if you take supplements, and you're on any other medications, just check with your doctor or with your GP whether you can take this or not. Or if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor or your GP, because only they can tell if you can take this. Okay, so now for those of you that are in relationship, your partner is actually going to come up with something very interesting. Your partner is going to be dealing with a certain problem, a certain issue when it comes to their side of family, maybe their side of certain issue, and it's going to surprise you with a certain sharpness, it's going to surprise you with a certain cleverness, it's going to surprise you with a certain power, and that is going to make things really interesting and intense in the best possible way, in a good way, because there is going to be the certain idea that you're going to get through that. Your partner is in fact going to inspire you, and this is going to be good, and your partner is actually really good for you. I have to say here, I can see this because you seem to inspire each other in the right way, in the best possible way indeed. But there is something very wise that you will see about your partner that your partner is not seeing, and you will need to tell them. You will feel this very strongly, and you need to tell them what do you see about them, what they need to change in order to succeed in life. For those of you that are actually single, there is going to be the moment when you're going to feel very, very like connected to the family, connected to people. You will also want to kind of reconnect, and you will also like kind of be meeting people. But at the same time, there is an accomplishment that you will be thinking when it comes to your home, when it comes to your big change, when it comes to your immediate environment and things like that. And that is the time when there is someone very special going to come through and come forward. And the difference about this person is going to be that you will want to know about them so much, but this is going to be somebody completely different. You wouldn't normally go for these people, you wouldn't normally go for this person, but it's just going to make you explore your own feelings because you feel things for this particular person, and it's not somebody who you would normally like. Okay, it's time to explore, Aquarius. Okay, so now, and the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is my Pisces, my gorgeous, beautiful Pisces. Now, this is just all about like you need to make sure that you don't invest this week. This week is not great week for investment whatsoever. It is again the great week to try to find things out, try to kind of like discover things about yourself, especially when it comes to the next stage. You will be very wise and you will be very clever, and you will be able to reach the certain dimensions, with your mind, certain dimension of your life, certain dimension of your journey. When it comes to you like focusing on things, you will surprise yourself what you're going to kind of like feel connected to, and that in itself is going to be a really big moment, really big starting point for you indeed. When it comes to the actual success and things like that, financially, this is actually going to be a okay week. Financially, you will hear this is going to be a okay week, this is going to be good week, and it's success, and it's an accomplishment, and it's resources. You will have more in order to move on, but still not really the best week to actually invest. The reason I say this is because the week after that is going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm not saying it will be really bad, but most certainly I'm saying to you, do not invest this week, do not buy anything huge, do not buy anything big, and if you can't help it, then just make sure that you put a couple of bags of salt in your pocket when you're dealing with these people or when you're dealing with this situation, so you can break this energy a little bit. Or you can have like a black tourmaline in your pocket, and that is going to help you to raise the vibration and just to protect yourself. But if you can basically also not to invest this week, this is the week for thinking, this is the week for planning and things like that. Also, there's going to be an important judgment that you're going to need to make. Please be very careful and please take your time. Do not rush into any decisions. It will be required from you to make a certain judgment, but I'm not saying that this is like a little bit of a tricky situation. I'm just saying to like whatever seems like urgent, it's not going to be urgent as it seems. You just remember to step away from the situation, take some time out. And when I say time out, take one night. All you need is, in order to make a really kind of like if it's required from you to make a decision, all you need is just take one night, step away, and this is when we have a really massive and powerful readjustment. But at the same time, when we go to sleep, we send a message to the universe, we send a message to the spirit guides, we send a message to our guardian angels without even realizing we are traveling. We are having all sorts of astral projections, and we are getting lots of answers to our questions, and we get lots of sacred answers. So that's why I'm saying it's important for you to step away from the situation, go home, sleep, even without you realizing, because we may not realize we are astral projecting and things like that, but we are receiving all sorts of information. So subconsciously the information is going to come towards you the next day. You may even surprise yourself the way you're going to react. Very important to watch this space. Okay, what else I was going to say is just basically, I have to say to you, this is a highly powerful week when it comes to your own personal transformation. Get rid of anything that you don't want. Get rid of anything that you don't need. When it comes to your home, please try to take one step at a time, your immediate environment, you know. And also, brilliant time to smudge the home, smudge the home, smudge the home. Take a dry sage, okay, light the dry sage, okay, and take a little saucer and walk all around the home. It's important to like light this with a lighter or with the matches, but have a saucer underneath because it's very messy. And the point is to go into every single room in the house, and this is a probably highly important time for you to do this because it's going to help you with all this energy. So go into every single room in the house, make sure it's really beautifully smoked, and when you do that in every single room, then open every single window, and as the air goes away and all the smoke goes away, then the negative energy goes away, the negative spirits goes away and things like that. This is a perfect time for you to do something like this. And on another hand, let me just tell you something as well. It's just to basically be a little bit careful because you will learn about somebody. It's not your friend, maybe. Sorry, I don't mean to be really negative, but there's somebody, there is a little hidden enemy that you're going to have. This is even more reason for you to have, please, black tourmaline, or wear like a couple of bags of salt in each pocket, like with you throughout this week, so you can protect yourself against these hidden enemies. Because the problem is sometimes when we have a hidden enemies, they can project all sorts of negative energy on us, you know, without us even knowing. And if they're strong, if they have a strong energy, this can affect us in so many different ways. It can affect us, it can affect our energy, it can affect our grounding, our vibration and things like that. And that's where you protect yourself with like a salt or like a black tourmaline. Okay, and what else I was going to say is just basically, you see, it doesn't matter, you know, we always basically, you're going to see the little hidden enemy. Somebody's going to try to like do something, but you will see it on time. Somebody's not going to trick you into situation. Somebody's not going to harm you or anything, because when it comes to this particular situation, you will be aware of this. You will know this. This is not the same situation what I said when I started this reading for you. This is something else, and you will be aware of this. But the bottom line is that this is going to be quite good for you, because what is going to happen here, it is going to lead to a partial certain loss realization about someone, but this is actually going to be really good, because this is going to help you to make a certain judgment, and you're going to be very wise. And that in itself is just going to give you the biggest motivation of your life, because it's going to give you so much energy and power on one hand, but on another hand it's just going to lead towards your own personal accomplishment, and you're going to realize something very important about your life and the change that you will make, that everybody's going to benefit from, not only you but immediate people in your life. And this is going to be huge, this is going to be massive, and it's all going to be connected. It's just follow your own intuition, and this your own intuition is going to lead towards your own turning point. It's all about you, your skill, and it's all about your prosperity, next stage, beautiful vision that you are going to have about your future. But also it's just down to your own practicality, your own knowledge, and your own transition that you are going to be going through this week as well. Very important indeed. What else I was going to say is just basically also, oh my god, an important time for the couples, ridiculously important time for the couples, because it's just like some very strong week, the couples are going to make a really big and important decision. On another hand, strong decision, only the love couples, only the real people who love each other can make this decision. Okay, it's so important. On another hand, a great time of reconnection and connection. Please listen to me very carefully. If I tell you any week to go out and just talk to as many people as you can, go out and talk to as many people as you can. Take care of yourself. This is going to be brilliant time for your own balance, brilliant time for connection, brilliant time for reconnection, and it's also going to help you to meet the really important people. There are few important people that are going to meet that are going to help you change your life. This I can't explain how important this is going to be. Listen to me very carefully. I will say this again. Go out as much as you can. Meet as many people as you can. Take care of yourself, like in the form of like make yourself pretty, make yourself sexy, make yourself powerful, because you will look radiant, and you're just going to be able to highlight these certain parts of yourself. That in itself is going to be huge, because it's going to be very illuminating to other people, and it's going to help you to attract the right people in your life. And these people that you're going to attract are going to be life-changing changing indeed, because it's going to be a very special and sacred week when it comes to that. Okay, the same thing when you go on a daily basis, when you go to work and everything like that, school, college, whatever you do, you know, just take care of yourself in such a sense when you will want to like enjoy your look, enjoy yourself, enjoy your radiance, because that in itself, it's going to be your own trick, which is going to bring a beautiful, the right balance of energy, which is going to attract very interesting people in your life. The bottom line is that life-changing connections you will meet, life-changing people you will meet indeed. What else I was going to say, you know, and what another thing that is just as important, it's just so ridiculously important, it's a huge problem, massive problem, is coming to an end. And this is not something from yesterday, this is not something that was in your life since like about a couple of days ago, something that was in your life for the last 11 months at least is coming to an end. Huge problem, thank God. Resolution. It's going to come and it's going to happen by the end of this week. You will want to reconnect and connect with the people in your life, and also you will need to realize that there is adjustment you're going to need to make, that is going to come in a form of a sacrifice, but most certainly healing it's coming, and it's going to have a bombastic effect on you and the people around you. Very beautiful and artistic time indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say to you, cold symptoms are going to be very significant when it comes to your health. Cold symptoms, so please try to take a vitamin C tablets, 800 to 1000 milligrams every single day. Try to get them like organic and natural without any nasty ingredients. And also golden seal, liquid golden seal is a must, especially when it comes to you, my gorgeous Piscellini. Okay, so it's a golden seal liquid. Okay, if you can get this, and basically it's just like a check with your doctor, if your GP, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding. Okay, because only your doctor or GP can tell you if you can take this, even if it's natural. Okay, so it's a golden seal and vitamin C. Okay, on another hand, is basically for the couples, this is going to be brilliant, because there is going to be like a really beautiful time, very devoted time, something very special is going to happen here indeed, something that is going to reflect on you and your journey together. You will make a very special decision. Okay. And also for those of you that are single and ready to mingle now, this is why I said go out as much as you can, meet as many as you can people. There is someone very special going to come. There is someone very special going to manifest. And this person is going to manifest at around the time when you're doing something very different, something very significant, and something really brave. Something that you don't normally do, something that you wouldn't normally do, and something that you will know this is a brave thing to do. This is the time when someone very special is going to like, hello. And you're going to be like, hello. You will see exactly what I mean. You are in for someone special. You're in for something special. Be prepared to be swept off your feet. Oh my God. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. Every single one of you, I love you all. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sending you brightest blessings, healing, love, and light. Mwah. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Mwah.